chaos baseball, and I think it's about to repeat itself against the Astros coming up now.
The Mariners take the field against the Astros in Game 2 of the ALDS. We have live coverage from Houston.
A father and daughter reunited.
Every parent, everybody that has children deserves a chance to parent and to prove their worth and their value as a parent.
What we know about the girl's mother accused of taking her.
It's hard, especially coming up on the anniversary.
1 year after historic flooding, Whatcom County prepares for the rainy season. What it's doing to make sure this doesn't happen again.
A flash in the Seattle skies. We're looking into what was captured on cameras across the Emerald City.
There's nothing like watching all games that just make you stressed out.
And let's hope they can, go on a run, hopefully hit the World Series. That would be sick.
This is what you're starving for. It's the highs and the lows and everything along the way.
We've heard from baseball fans across the country watching pitch by pitch as the Mariners take on the Astros in Game 2 of the ALDS. And just minutes before this newscast, the Mariners fell to the Astros 4-2. Here's a live look at Hatback Bar and Grill just across the street from T-Mobile Park as fans watch the game unfold in Houston, Texas.
Mariners are now down in the series 2-0. They return to the Emerald City for Game 3. Thanks for joining us today. I am Steve Solis.
I'm Jessica Janner Castro. Thanks for being with us. We have team coverage for you tonight. King 5's Joyce Taylor is live outside Minute Maid Park in Houston. But let's start things off with Paul Sylvie joining us in studio. Paul, what a game.
Yeah, Scott Service learned a few things from the Game 1 loss to Houston. The one thing he didn't want his team to do was let that heartbreaking loss beat them twice. He wanted his players to get over it and start fresh today. Luis Castillo gives the Mariners another solid start with only a couple of mistakes. And there goes one of them. Kyle Tucker drives one high and deep and drops it into the right field seats for a solo home run in the second inning. Castillo throws 7 innings. He strikes out 7. The Mariners help him out. They get to the 4th inning and load the bases. Carlos Santana chops one. Framber Valdez spins and fires home wide. Gino Suarez scores before Santana gets thrown out in a rundown. Still in the 4th, Dylan Moore comes through. Drives in Mitch-hander to give the Mariners a 2-1 lead. Stays that way till the 6th. Yordan Alvarez does it again. He swats one to the opposite field. 3-run homer Tuesday, followed by this 2-run shot today. Astros add another run and go on to win this one 4-2. So that's a tough one to take today, but again, it's only there's a stat out there that says even if you drop the first 2 games in a series, you can come back to win. Hopefully the Mariners are one of those teams. They'll play Game 3 Saturday afternoon at T-Mobile Park. Back to you.
All right, Paul, thank you. We want to check in with you a little bit later today, but let's check in now with Joyce Taylor outside of the park in Houston. Joyce, you talked to a lot of Mariners fans over the last couple of days watching this all play out.
There are a lot of Mariners fans out here, but you can't blame Astros fans for celebrating. Here's the thing. We know it's not over yet, so we're going to give them this, but it's just not over. It's so true. It's hard to describe the anxiety, the excitement that M's fans feel coming into this game, even moving forward, because they know what's at stake here, and they know what a big deal this is.
It's been great to watch this team all year, and I love getting to have the opportunity to come down and cheer them on, but also just to see what this team's accomplished. It's Monday or Tuesday didn't go the way we wanted to, but I'm excited. I know they're going to bounce back, and it's surreal. It's crazy. I've never seen the Mariners in the playoffs, and it's just crazy that we're even here.
What does it mean to you personally, just being a baseball fan?
I mean, for me, it's everything. I mean, it's the tears that I shed when Cal Raleigh hit the home run, to send us to the playoffs. And I mean, it's everything. It's everything that you want as a fan, and it makes the the long years of watching this team, struggle and fight just so much worth it,
Billy Martin from the Bellingham area, Burlington area, actually. So many fans here from all over, from Utah, from across Texas, from Bainbridge Island. I mean, they came from all over to be part of this postseason, and it continues. The postseason continues, and so it's been exciting to be here and to be part of it. And as you know, we're going to have the first home game in 21 years coming up on Saturday. But let's take you live now to T-Mobile Park just to show you what's going on there. Mariners fans are looking forward to that third game that I'm talking about, playing at home against the Astros. This afternoon, crews finished up the final preps before the game, including the ALDS playoff logo on the field. The next game's going to be on Saturday. 1:07 is the time. The series is best of 5, so there's going to be a game 4. It's going to be on Sunday, Seattle. 12:07, so the next 2 at home, and if it goes to a game 5, and we have to believe that it's going to, that game's going to be in Houston on Monday. And if that happens, I'll be right back here. So we have a lot of Mariners coverage for you on our website. We have a live blog of the games, how you can get tickets, how much they're going to cost you. Text the word Mariners to the number you see here, 206-448-4545, and we will send you a link. And just so you know, something to look forward to coming up at 5:30, I ran into Cal Raleigh's family. They're so delightful. I can't wait to tell you what they're like. Just adorable. So that's coming up at 5:30, but I'll be back at 4:30.
All right, Joyce, thank you very much. We want to make sure that you stick with King 5 through 11:30 tonight.
We're going to have live coverage for you from Joyce Taylor, Paul Sylvie, and Chris Egan all evening long. Well, with the Mariners coming home this weekend, a lot of fans going to be heading out to T-Mobile Park for Game 3. Let's get to meteorologist Adam Claybon for your game day forecast. Adam, I know you're closely watching everything, including the air quality.
The air quality for sure. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest issue for us. So let's go ahead and talk about that forecast for this coming weekend, because the air quality is going to be an issue, as we expect to see more of that smoke haze like we've already seen today around, and air quality alerts have been issued for that time. So the forecast is looking like it is going to warm up a bit more. We'll see temperatures in the upper 60s to mid 70s, mostly clear skies, plenty of sunshine, just a little more of that smoke haze. It's going to be in the skies. Now, speaking of smoke haze and the air quality right now, we have been noticing that conditions have been decreasing with that air quality. Now seeing unhealthy conditions across areas of King County, farther south, Pierce County, unhealthy for sensitive groups. And either way you cut it, you see a lot of yellows and oranges and even some reds now showing up. Now temperatures warmed up today. We're back in the mid 70s and even some upper 70s closer to Shelton. Olympia, you can see the skies right now kind of hazy. We expect to cool down and back into the 40s tonight, but next few days, yes, we're going to start to deal with more of that smoke haze. We'll go into those details, plus the warm weekend ahead coming up.
Adam, thank you. That brings us now to our Fast 5. Highway 2 closed once again so crews can clean up near the Bolt Creek wildfire. These here are new photos of that cleanup. It closed at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. I should say, right between mileposts 46 and 49 near Skycomish. WashDOT says the goal is to reopen the road at 5 o'clock, but it says this is still an active situation here, so it could take longer.
Classes at Hazen High School in Renton were canceled today after a car smashed into the building. The 2 people inside the car fled the scene. No one inside the school was there at the time, and the school will be open tomorrow.
The man accused of throwing rocks at cars along Highway 900 near Renton pleaded not guilty this morning. State Patrol says Sean Parenti faces charges of malicious mischief and reckless endangerment. His trial is set for December.
Governor Jay Inslee will visit King County tomorrow to highlight efforts to reduce homelessness. He'll start the day by visiting with workers overseeing a state initiative that helps move people from roadside encampments into housing. He'll also visit a tiny home manufacturing facility in Seattle's Sodo neighborhood.
The Seattle Fire Department honored firefighters and paramedics who went above and beyond the call of duty today during a special awards ceremony. Among those honored, the crews that helped with the search and rescue efforts for fallen Deputy Chief Jay Schickengrost. He went missing last November after going on the hunting trip in eastern Washington. Also in Seattle, students will have to attend class for an extra 5 days this year. Seattle Public Schools added those dates today following that strike by educators earlier this fall. Those added days are going to be in February and June. High school graduation will also be rescheduled. The new date for the ceremony will be released next Friday. Tonight, a 5-year-old girl is safe and back home with her father after she was allegedly taken by her mother, who did not have custody of her.
Today, the mother of Sky Sanchez was charged with custodial interference after taking her during a supervised visit in Seattle on Sunday. Sky was found last night. King 5's Lionel Donovan is live for us in Seattle with what happened in court today. Lionel.
Good afternoon. Well, Sky's mother, Kiana Sanchez, waived her rights to appear in court, so she didn't show up today. But a King County judge set bail at $50,000 and also put forward a court order that forbids Sanchez from getting within 1,000 feet of her daughter. But according to the lawyer of Sky's father, Dimitri Wilkins, more should have been done to protect Sky and keep her safe. Erica Santos, who is representing Wilkins, says that there should have been better security set up at the Indaba Visitation Center where Sky was allegedly kidnapped on Sunday. Santos says that if better infrastructure was in place, then police would have been able to gather important information quickly and issue an Amber Alert.
Or if there had been any security cameras, we could have at least had the make and model of a vehicle that we could have put out. And I think, as everybody knew, this blew up on social media quite quickly. And had we had the Amber Alert or the information about a vehicle or another accomplice, that could have been provided through the news and through social media.
Now, Wilkins says although he's sorry that all of this has happened, he is glad that his daughter is back home and safe, and we'll hear more about that emotional reunion at 5 o'clock. But for now, we're live in Seattle. Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.
Lionel, thank you. The Mariners manager, Scott Service, is at the podium right now after the game. Let's listen in.
He hits him like that. You know, he's in the zone, and he's a super talented player, and he's made us pay here the last couple of days. So, again, things happen. He's hot right now. You know, we'll go back to our place and go from there.
Go in the front to Ryan.
He's got along those lines. You know, Luis had retired him twice. He was swinging kind of everything, mostly on pitches out of the zone. Was the plan just to attack him in a similar fashion, just keep it out of the zone and see if he got himself out? I mean, it didn't look like Luis is the type of guy to pitch around him, and I doubt you're going to tell your best pitcher to intentionally walk him in that situation.
Well, I think you're in the situation in these games at this point in the season. You know, you get in the playoffs. You know, every manager, every team looks at it. Who are the guys in the other lineup you don't want to beat you? And I thought the first couple times through, he did a great job. He really did. He didn't do anything bad the third time. You know, you have to give the player credit. It's not like he threw a ball right down the middle. He threw a ball 3-4 inches off the plate, and he hits a home run at the opposite field. He's that kind of talent. Again, you have to tip your cap when players are going that hot. I thought we had a really good game plan. You know, he beat us. That happens.
Go to Larry in the second
row. Scott, Pena got on twice ahead of Alvarez with
huge.
2 outs, just like he did on Tuesday. How much of an issue is that, and what did you see on that blooper that landed right between the two guys? Another pitch that probably wasn't in the strike zone, tied him up. Luis made a great pitch. You know, this game's a game of inches. They had a few things go their way today, and that happens. We did not. My bet is it'll probably flip when we go to Seattle. But that's just, you have to find a way to grind through that and still, you know, figure out a way to win those games. It didn't happen today, but yeah, Pena getting on base in front of Jordan certainly makes it a little bit more challenging. And credit to him, he had great at-bats. He's had good at-bats here the first couple games in the series. He's had a really good season. He's a good young player, and he's been huge for them this year. So, you know, the guys around Jordan will really dictate, you know, what you do, and those guys were really good around him today as well.
Go in the middle.
You've been listening to Mariners manager Scott Service talking about Game 2, tough loss for the Mariners just a few moments ago. We're going to have team coverage for you from Houston. Our sports department also monitoring this press conference as Service continues to speak, and so we will have much more for you throughout this newscast and later in the day. Coming up next here on King 5 News at 4, the man accused of killing 17 people and injuring 17 others at a Florida high school is sentenced.
We have the tense moments from inside the courtroom, plus fighting high rent, the warning for tenants and landlords across Western Washington.
A flash over Seattle. We are looking into what flew over the Emerald City and beyond last night. Stay with us.